Technologies. I'm going to talk to you about how we use technologies in our film to create the best film that we possibly could. We use technologies in different ways and we use them together, and I'm going to show you how we did this. We began by using Google to take up research. So here we looked for videos that connect our students to student movies, we looked for thrillers, we looked for types of thrillers that we thought might interest us, looking at the murderous passion side and psychological thrillers. This led us to other websites and other places where we could access resources to sort of gather some information, and generally this was the main place where we started, and it led us to other places, and Google was basically the place where we gathered all our research and found everything, and it was the starting point for our thriller. Then we began using YouTube, which meant that we could access student films, and also we could begin to start looking at title sequences from movies. This meant that we got a real good rough idea of how we wanted our final film to look like and what we needed to do, using mise-en-scene, sound, editing, basically all film language to make our title sequence professional and enjoyable and making people want to watch on. It was really helpful, and it really helped using Google and YouTube to just get all the research we needed to do. Once we collected all the research we needed, we began blogging this, and we started blogging from the very first moment to the very end. This meant we could record everything, and it really helped us get the process down, show everyone what we were doing, and get a really good outcome, and meaning that we could adjust and edit things that we didn't like and see what we had first thought and what had changed, and analyse how everything had worked out. At this point we began using digital cameras for practice films, our preliminary, and for planning out our final film, and it really worked doing this, and it was good to get a sense of camera skills and just to practice using a digital camera, even though we weren't using it for our final film, and to just get an idea of this particular type of technology. Straight after we started using digital cameras, we began the whole filming process, and this was really good, and it was just really great to begin using the filming cameras and using the giulies and just practicing for our practice, using it for the preliminary, and by the time we got to filming our final cut, it was just much easier. We felt way more confident, and the whole process just sort of fitted in, and the use of using the digital camera and using internet and using everything before made us get to the point where we were comfortable and we were able to film good shots and get good footage. After we'd been given our first tutorial on how to use Final Cut Pro, we began playing around with it and trying to work out how to use it and finding things that we might be able to use possibly in all our different cuts. So at first, for our rough cut, for our practice film, we just got to sort of mess around, try out different effects, see how it all worked. And as it gradually went on with the preliminary, we sort of picked up skills, learned how to work it better, learned how to make it more professional and running smoothly, so that finally for our final film we could make sure it was all edited smoothly, that we knew how to add things in, and that without help from a teacher we could do it all on our own. It was a really good process because we basically got to learn all about editing, and we were given loads of guidance to how to use it, and it was one of the key things that linked all the technology together, as it was the thing that in the end would make or break our movie, and it was a really good experience to be able to try it out. The next things we were taught how to use was LiveType and Soundtrack Pro, which makes the titles and the music for our thriller. So we were taught the basics on how to use it, and yet again, like Final Cut Pro, we were taught how to use it, how to insert it into Final Cut Pro, how to bring everything all together, and we were given chances on our practice and our preliminary to make sure we had it down to a T, we knew how to do it. It was a really enjoyable experience as we actually got to make our own music and make our own titles and decide how we wanted them to look. And it worked really well with all the research we had done using obviously Google and YouTube of professional films, like to be able to take ideas from their titles and their music that would help us also build suspense, get the audience involved, and that the titles would be attractive, able to read, bold, and that basically made a statement. And as you can see on screen, there are some screenshots of editing on LiveType and Soundtrack Pro. Technology was a huge importance in the process of creating our final thriller opening, and this was realised throughout the course, as we had so much to learn about thrillers and technology and how to import Final Cut Pro videos into Blogger, how to use Soundtrack, how to use LiveType, how to just use everything and put it together, and how important each part is as each other, and that without one part it wouldn't make the whole, and that basically the way in which to make a thriller successful is by using technologies together and relying on one and relying on another, and then picking up one and picking up another and pushing them together. In the end, it should have created a successful piece.